desce, me deito, com desce, me levanto, comigo eu calo, comigo eu canto, eu bato um papo, eu bato um ponto, eu tomo um drink e eu fico tonto.
Com Deus me deito, com Deus me levanto, comigo eu calo, comigo eu canto, eu bato um papo, eu bato um ponto, eu tomo um drink e eu fico tonto. Com Deus me deito, com Deus me levanto, comigo eu calo, comigo eu canto, eu bato um papo, eu bato um ponto, eu tomo um drink e eu fico tonto.
Here we're going to take a look at how to install a Tpms monitor back into a tire on a 2010 Dodge Caliber with a 2.4 liter engine. We're going to come down here to steering and suspension, wheels and tires, tire pressure sensor, removal and replacement, and tire pressure monitoring sensor installation. What we're looking for here is some type of torque specification listed in the procedure. Here we have a parts view of what all the different parts that are included with the sensor. And we're just going to scroll down here, and here it is. While holding sensor in position, tighten sensor nut to 8 Newton meters or 71 inch-pounds. It even gives you a little caution wording right here. Over torquing the sensor nut by as little as 12 Newton meters or 106 inch-pounds may result in sensor separation from the valve stem. So it's very important that we torque the nut down to proper torque specifications provided by the manufacturer to ensure that the monitor works correctly. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how this is done.
Installing or resealing a tire pressure monitor is a fairly simple task. This particular one comes with a new seal on it. I am going to put it in its proper orientation so the sampling hole is on this side and the contour fits the rim this way. I put the nut in place and I can gently snug it. Now I am going to torque it to specifications, and I have two options for doing that. I can use a very accurate dial type torque wrench, and the particular spec I am looking for is 71 inch-pounds. So I can proceed to pull on this until I hit that number, which is right there. And or I could use the old-fashioned click type, set to 71 inch-pounds. Once it's snug, one click of the wrench and I am properly torqued.
Got the club going hard on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the curtain shake Tuesday. Club going hard on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the curtain shake Tuesday. Club going hard on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the curtain shake Tuesday. Club going hard on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the curtain shake Tuesday. Club going hard.
Okay, so we have a 2007 Toyota Prius, and there is a Tpms fault, or a tire pressure monitoring system fault. And the first thing we did was we went around and we checked air pressure in all the tires, and they are all properly inflated, so we know that's not the problem. So I'm going to proceed to use our generic tire pressure monitor tool, and I'm going to test the sensors to see if they are all transponding. So I'll begin by turning it on, and I am going to go through the menu. I'm going to test sensor pressure. So I hit yes. It's a Toyota. It's a Prius. It's a 2006 to 2009 with alloy wheels. It's a four-wheel monitoring system. So the first thing it wants me to do is on the left front, I'm going to put the tool right where the sensor would be. I'm going to hit the test button, and it is going to store it, and it tells me that's reading it's 36.6 psi. It's a 315 megahertz sensor. So now I'm going to hit next, and it's going to send me to the right front. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hit the test button, and this time we got a reading of 37.3. And again, because the sensor that is transponding at a 315 megahertz, I'm going to hit the next. It'll send me to the right rear. I'll hit the test button, and the right rear is reading also. So now I'm going to go to the left rear as instructed, and I'm going to hit the test button. So it would appear that all my sensors are reading. So it looks like the vehicle just had new tires, so possibly I just need to relearn the tires. And in order to do that, I got to get some information. One of the ways I could do that is to go into this tool, and we could do a reset TPMS system. Same vehicle. And it's going to give me some instructions: inflate all tires, read sensor IDs, connect tool to OBD2 port, and reset the ECU with the tool. Ignition off, then on, drive for 12 miles. So the tool they're talking about would be the OBD2 interface module. I would plug it in, and I would go through the reset procedure using this tool. There's also another resource we have for resetting or checking how to reset a tire pressure monitor system. So at this time, we're going to walk over to our tire balancer. Okay, so the other resource I was telling you about is our tire balancing machine. If I go into tools and I click on TPMS, I can select the vehicle I'm working on. In this case, it's a Toyota. It's a Prius. It is a 2007, and it's going to give me some information on, after a tire rotation, how to reset it. So I can scroll down here. If I put new sensors in there, it's going to tell me how to register them. So that's another tool we have at our disposal for TPMS information.
All right, we have a 2019 Honda Accord Sport with a 2-liter motor in today for a tire rotation. Now, on some vehicles, when you do a tire rotation, you need to reset the TPMS system in order for the vehicle to know which monitors are associated with which tires. Since we're not quite sure with this vehicle, let's go ahead and type in tire rotation. And we see TPMS calibration under testing and inspection. Let's go ahead and click on TPMS calibration and see what it says. It says, do the TPMS calibration after doing the following items: adjust the tire pressure, rotating the tires, replacing the tires, or a couple of these different control units. So good thing we checked this out, because we rotated the tires, and now we need to make sure that we calibrate the TPMS system properly. It gives you a couple of notes here in the procedure. Make sure the tire pressure is properly adjusted. The calibration begins when the calibration is selected through the center display. The calibration is completed after driving in an ideal driving condition, 22 to 65 miles per hour, or 35 to 105 kilometers per hour for those living in Canada or in Europe. Driving steadily without much acceleration or deceleration for about 20 minutes. So obviously we can see that this could take longer than 20 minutes depending on the driving conditions, the roads that you're in. Here it tells you how to check the calibration to see if it's completed by doing the following items. And then down here it says, with display audio type 8-inch screen, this is how you select the TPMS calibration. And with the color audio type 7-inch screen, this is how you select the calibration menu. So he has this in his vehicle. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how we do that.
Okay, so for this 2019 Honda Accord, after we did our tire rotation, we need to come into the main menu of the vehicle in order to recalibrate the TPMS monitors. So we're just going to go ahead and hit home. Okay, we're home, settings, come down here to vehicle, TPMS calibration. Now this asks us if it wants to cancel or calibrate the tire pressure monitoring systems. We want to calibrate. So now that we've asked it to recalibrate the TPMS monitors, what we read earlier, it says that it's going to take about 30 minutes of driving between 30 to 60 miles per hour in order for this computer to reset its own tire pressure monitors and reassign the locations of each monitor to its respective tire now that we've done the rotation.